still seeing clots during your period, you've been told it's normal, but then you probably said, I just have a heavy flow. But let me stop you right there. Those clots might not be normal at all. They could be a sign of hormonal imbalance, inflammation, or a condition like adenomyosis. And if your doctor has ever brushed it off, you need this episode, because the longer you normalize clotting, the longer you delay your healing. Y'all, I'm about to share exactly what those clots could be telling you, why so many women are dismissed, and 3 daily habits that might be making it worse. So stay with me. By the end of this episode, you'll not only understand what's really going on, but you'll know how to start turning things and around and around. But you know what time it is. Vibe with me, y'all. Welcome to the Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast. Welcome back to another episode of the Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast. It's your healthy habits and lifestyle coach, Jovonnie, and someone who knows firsthand what it's like to be dismissed, misdiagnosed, and stuck in survival mode with irregular periods, painful bowel movements, mood swings, fatigue, unwanted facial hair, and clotting that no one could explain. Y'all, I created this space for women just like you who are ready to finally feel supported, educated, and empowered on your healing journey. So today we're talking about something most people never break down properly, and it's blood clots during your period. All right. But before we get too into the episode, make sure you're subscribed to the Wellness with Jovonnie YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. And if you listen on your favorite podcast distribution platform, make sure you follow the show and give a rating. Let them know I'm giving good vibes and value. Don't forget to like the video. Here we go. What clots really mean and why it's not just a heavy flow. So let's be real. Most women aren't told that what blood clots really are. Like, you're bleeding heavily. You see thick jelly clot likes in the toilet. You're changing your pad every hour. And the only thing that you're told is that it's just a heavy flow. You're fine. That's your period. That's your normal type of period. But here's the truth. Y'all, clots are your SOS. And I'm not saying you're not someone special. I'm saying someone saved me. That is what your clots are telling you. They happen when your body is shedding tissue faster than it can move out. So when circulation is slow, inflammation is high, and estrogen is out of balance, your body clots up. So if you've ever been told it's normal, let's just take a deeper look. You're worth a deeper look. So here we go, y'all. 3 mistakes that could be making your clotting worse and what you can actually start doing instead. So mistake number 1, normalizing it because doctors do is a no-no. Okay, so we often say, this is just how my period is. Maybe I'm just dramatic. I've always bled heavy. Y'all, that ain't normal. That doesn't even mean that what your experience is, meaning that because it's your norm, it's healthy. It ain't even healthy, y'all. Clots are your body's way of screaming for help. Remember, someone saved me, not because you're someone special. All right? It's not here to like ruin your life. So what I want you to think about doing instead is start tracking the size, the frequency, and the timing that you're having these blood clots. Like, bring real information to your doctor's appointments, your healthcare visits, and don't let them dismiss you. Like, ask them the questions, and then when they give you a response, paraphrase, jot that down and say, okay, you said my blood clots are normal for me to have them so-and-so. Like, jot that down, because you need to listen to your body before it forces you to. And when I mean it forces you to, it means it takes it to another level where you start not even being able to make the best decisions for yourself because your body is telling you what it needs now. It's in emergency mode. You don't want to get to that point. You want to make sure that you can shift your pain and turn it into your power right now. You want to be able to advocate for yourself and what you need. And you need to be able to do that in an empowered state. And you can only do that when you're thinking and loving and feeling like your most cared for state, because you deserve it, because these blood clots are normal. So don't make mistake number one by allowing doctors to tell you that they're normal, that it's okay, because it's not. Here we go. Mistake number two, living in stagnation. What you mean, Healthy Habits and Lifestyle Coach Jovonnie? No movement, zero movement. You ain't moving and grooving, baby. So if you're stuck behind a desk or laying down all day during your cycle, the lack of movement increases the clotting. You're probably saying, I don't want to get up with all this heavy bleeding flow. I don't like the feeling either when you stand up and the flow is heavy and is bleeding. But guess what? When you don't move, the stagnation stays. The uterus doesn't contract very well. The lymph system can't clear the waste, and your inflammation starts to build. Y'all, what I suggest you do instead, do some gentle walking. Walk. Y'all, walk for just 10 minutes if you need to. Just put on a 10-minute timer and say, I'm going to walk for 10. I got 10 in me. I'm a 10. I can do it again. Y'all, just go walk for 10 minutes. I know you don't feel like it, but you deserve to walk that walk, get moving and grooving to get that lymph system going. All right. Hip opening stretches. That is so beneficial. Y'all, we carry so much stored energy in our hips. Legs up the wall pose, one of my absolute favorites. Y'all, during your luteal phase and your menstrual phase, just put the legs on the wall. Do the legs on the wall and let some of that movement flow. All right. Flow in your life creates flow in your cycle. If you made it this far in the episode, tap in and say flow in the comments, y'all. Flow. That's what I want you to do, is flow. Flow in your life creates flow in your cycle. Type the word flow in the comments so I know you made it this far. Mistake number 3, eating inflammatory foods that spike estrogen and inflammation. You're probably like, yo, Healthy Habits and Lifestyle Coach Jovonnie, what are you talking about, inflammatory foods? What is that? Ha! It's the processed foods. It's the dairy. It's the sugar. It's the caffeine. And we're saying, what's processed food? Foods with all the additional added ingredients. And it's not just the ingredient itself, like the green beans, the fruit, the grain. You got all these other different things on your ingredients label. That's when you know there's some other things in there that might have made it go through a process in trying to maintain the shelf life. Those types of food can cause inflammation. Your dairy, your milk, your cheese, inflammation. Sugar, processed sugar, high sugary foods, even your cane sugar can be inflammatory. Caffeine, y'all, they mess with your gut. They overload your liver, and it makes it so much harder for your body to eliminate the excess estrogen. And when the estrogen is dominant, meaning it's a whole bunch of it, that equals clotting and a heavy bleeding flow. If you don't want the clotting and the heavy bleeding, reduce the anti-inflammatory foods. Reduce the inflammatory foods. Embrace anti-inflammatory foods. And you might be like, well, Healthy Habits and Lifestyle Coach, what's that? In the description of this episode, you can get the 5-day mindful eating meal plan filled with anti-inflammatory juice, smoothies, plant-based cooked food, plant-based, raw plant-based food. Y'all, go in there and enjoy the anti-inflammatory deliciousness goodness that's in there to give you some examples and some vibes to empower your life. So what you can do instead is start with one of those juices. Start your day with one of those juices. Maybe you need a little pineapple, ginger, or turmeric. One juice that includes one of those 3 ingredients helps you boost your anti-inflammatory vibes, y'all. Eat meals that support your cycle. Warming, grounding, nutrient dense. And then I want to make sure that you're hydrating. So hydrate while you're reducing those processed foods and inflammatory triggers. And you won't know what's triggering your body unless you're paying attention. Paying attention to what makes you bloated. Paying attention to what puts you in pain. Pay attention to what makes you sluggish after you eat it. Pay attention to what changes your bowels after you eat it. Paying attention to the triggers means you have to be paying attention to what you're putting in your body and on your body, as well as what's going on in your mind. All right. So what you eat isn't just food. It either is fuel for healing or fuel for pain. If you still with me, type fuel in the comments, y'all. Fuel. Food can fuel your healing or it can fuel your pain. What is your choice? The healing or the pain? Because you can change that thing. Hey, is it the healing or the pain? You can change that thing. So put fuel in the comments if you're still with me right now. And if you are with me, y'all, this episode of the Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast is brought to you by the Wellness with Jovonnie bundle. Y'all, the Wellness with Jovonnie bundle is an experience that helps you reduce inflammation, reconnect with your body, and build daily habits that support real healing. Not just symptom chasing. We ain't chasing them symptoms. Nah, we're embracing real healing. You'll walk away with clarity, confidence, and a plan that doesn't leave you overwhelmed, y'all, because when your hormones are balanced, your whole life feels different. And I want you to live an empowered life. So make sure you grab the Wellness with Jovonnie bundle from the show notes. All right. And here we go. The last but not least. We had number one mistake, normalizing it because doctors do in regards to your clots. Number two, we had living in stagnation, no absolute movement. And then number three, mistake is that you're eating inflammatory foods that spike estrogen and inflammation. Y'all, you don't have to accept blood clots, pain, and exhaustion as your norm. That doesn't have to be your normal, because just because it's normal doesn't mean that it's healthy. All right. You don't have to keep waiting for someone to give you permission to heal. You are allowed to want more energy, more peace, more support, and your body is ready to receive it. So make sure you subscribe to the Wellness with Jovonnie YouTube channel. Make sure that you are following and rating the podcast on your favorite podcast distribution platform. And send this to someone who's still stuck in survival mode. You know that they're having heavy periods. You know that their periods are painful. They're blood clotting. Y'all, you know that they're not living the best life, and that if they would just embrace healthy habits and lifestyle changes and start the process to grieve the life they used to live, to go after the life they deserve to have, send this episode to them. This is your reminder that you are not broken. Your pain is not your destiny, and healing is still possible for you. Y'all, it's your Healthy Habits and Lifestyle Coach Jovonnie. I am here to help you thrive and not just survive. You hear me? Through my M to the third degree healing empowerment formula. That's mindset, mindful eating, and movement. It is the three main lifestyle pillars that have allowed me to embrace this life of reduced pain, boost of energy, regulate my periods, but most importantly, help others do the same. Because my stage 4 endometriosis diagnosis, adenomyosis diagnosis, polycystic ovarian syndrome diagnosis, and 2 small fibroids at the time of my surgery, it didn't make me so overwhelmed that I stopped wanting to live. It actually put me on a journey of self-love, self-healing, and one that I feel has absolutely changed my life. And not for the worse, but for the better. Y'all, it's your Healthy Habits and Lifestyle Coach Jovonnie, host of the Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast. Thanks for vibing with me, y'all.